Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. So, as you can see, I am 3-0, much to my surprise, with my Warlock deck. First time playing a Warlock at all. Other than maybe once when I was unlocking champions, but whatever. Yeah, so, I'm trying to theory craft as to why I'm doing okay, because I didn't like this deck that much in the first place. I didn't think I did that great a job drafting. Well, hopefully I did a better job than Hogger, who I almost got to play against.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
Uh-oh.
Your soul shall be mine.
Oh, let's see what we got.
Your soul shall suffer.
I'm going second, which is awesome. Dark Iron Dwarf is so good, I kind of want to keep him in my hand. So I'm definitely getting rid of those. I'm just trying to decide. I'm going to get rid of the Dark Iron Dwarf too and hope I get more early plays. Because that way I can keep the Demon Fire and still hopefully get some cheap creatures. Yeah, okay. That'll do. And the coin. Thank you.
Do I have to?
And we're going to have Blood Imp Wars. I got the Knife Juggler. Ooh. I'm going to coin out the Knife Juggler. There's a reasonable chance my opponent will find some way to kill him, but tough luck. He's the friggin' Knife Juggler. So obnoxious. Summon any minion, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. This guy seems to trigger off like the Paladin's special ability, which is stupid. To me that's not like summoning a minion, but I guess it is.
With me, friend.
He'll bounce his Blood Imp, which is fine. I guess the Blood Imp was more likely to die from knife juggling, but I do wish I had a taunt creature right now. But I don't. So I'm just going to blow him up. And do some damage. My opponent might drain life him or something, but that would be okay because it'd be spending all his time doing that, and I got a little bit ahead from doing it. Actually, that would still suck. I don't really want him to drain life hits. I want him to put out a creature that will then die to some lucky knife juggling. Harvest Golem is a good choice. It's hard for me to do much about that. I've already got all kinds of options, which is kind of funny. So I could play the Raid Leader, which would give my guy +1 attack, hit him for 4, and then on his turn he would just kill my Knife Juggler. Then I would still have a Raid Leader. I could also play the Blood Imp and draw a card, or more likely play the Blood Imp and Succubus. And the Succubus would be kind of big and scary. Plus, that way I'd be doing 2 Knife Juggler damage spread out, however.
I wonder.
Discarding a card to the Succubus is annoying, but I think I'm going to do that. I mean, that's what she's for. She's for being, like, overpowered early in the game. Actually, and the extra toughness from the Blood Imp, which I wasn't even thinking of because I don't consider him very highly, actually helps the Knife Juggler a lot. Succubus! Aw, damn it. That was the card I least wanted to discard. But okay, that means, yeah, I could take him out, but I'd rather not because his little guy that he comes out with would then be able to kill my Knife Juggler, so that seems like a perfectly adequate turn. Seriously, like, the Knife Juggler is a freak. He's probably actually why I've won all these games so far. Even though he didn't do as much in some of the previous games, I've seen a lot of Knife Jugglers come out, and that side usually wins.
I wonder.
He's just a freak. Yeah, my theory for why my deck has been doing okay, despite the lack of fatness and just generally not being the way I wanted it to be, is I have a lot of strong mid-game cards, and I think that interacting with the Druids, with the Warlocks, card drawing is really potent, even though one of those games I didn't draw that many cards, but it means there's a reasonably good chance that I can play 2 cards in a turn, because I have all kinds of strong cards in the 3 and 4 cost range, and some 2s. So that's interesting. He's not trying to trade yet. Bloodsail Corsair is kind of useless, but his forces do still have, like, they're gonna take me out soon.
I wonder.
I could draw a card, but I can't guarantee I'd get something I could play. I'm much better off just playing my Harvest Golem, which is still a super good creature, and still does 1 from the Knife Juggler. Interesting. See, I could kill that off with the Blood Imp, but then his Harvest Golem would be able to kill my Knife Juggler, and that would be bad. So, no, I'm just going to put him there. And I'm going to keep this stealth, because right now it's costing him more stuff to take out the Knife Juggler. And that's worth not doing 1 damage. The fact that I'm ahead is very good, because that if we both start drawing cards, it's going to be much, much more painful for him. I'm probably drawing a card next turn, because I can't play either of these guys.
Do I have to?
Alright. It's a little annoying. Not the end of the world, but it means that he can take out my Knife Juggler and not lose both of these guys. Actually, he would still lose both of those guys. Never mind.
So many possibilities.
He's noticing that the Knife Juggler is bad, though. He has to do something about that. So that's fine. He gets back his, like, broken golem. And that's the 2 Murlocs Murloc. There was a game not too long ago where I thought I played the charge Murloc and ended my turn because I thought I was playing this guy. It was so dumb. Alright. So I've got a Yeti, which I could play, but then I wouldn't be drawing a card. On the other hand, what am I going to draw that's going to be better than, like, the Yeti? But I would still have the Yeti, and I can't... I'm ahead in life. I don't know. I'm not going to draw like an AoE. My Harvest Golem can kill something, and then he'll become fairly vulnerable to being killed. But I probably should anyway.
I wonder.
If I kill his Murloc Scout, then it would take, like, basically all his stuff to finish off the Harvest Golem. Unless he plays a spell.
I wonder.
On the other hand, if I kill off one of the better ones, then he'd be less likely to be able to kill off my Yeti. Yeah, that's better off. Fat Yeti. For the record, I missed the recycling bin. Okay. So he's got more cards than me. I have bigger stuff in play, but it's not a very decisive advantage. Although it does help that my golem still has his death rattle. And it helps that I have 10 more hit points. Not complaining about that. Plus, I have a catapult. Charge Murloc, that's unfortunate. Oh, big fat charge golem, but he gave me a mana crystal. I wish he'd done that last turn, because then I could have played one of these guys. Alright. Well, it's going to hurt a little bit, but I am not too concerned. And he's running out of time to think. Running out of time to think. He's going to do some damage to me. Okay. Interesting. Blood Imp. Normally I would complain that's not a great draw, but since I'm playing a 6-cost creature, I'm actually quite happy with that.
Do I have to?
You have to. And... I'm pretty sure I'm playing the Argent Commander because I need to thin out his army. I don't want them to whittle down all my big things. Or do a bunch of damage to me. So, yeah. Play the Argent Commander. And let's see. How much do I care about his stupid Murloc? I don't want him killing off my Argent Commander, so I'm gonna eat his Murloc here. I'm actually gonna use one of my Blood Imps to take out that guy. And I'm gonna save my bubble. Keep beating him down, so that drawing cards becomes very risky for him. He should probably still do it if the cards he has aren't doing the job, but yeah. I really like Molten Giant. He's a very good card. I don't like him right now because he's going to cause me problems. But he doesn't have taunt, so it's not the end of the world. Suicide to blow up a shield, that's good, that's why I didn't attack you. I've still got 9 damage out there on the table that I can do to him, which would get him very, very low, especially if he draws a card. Which he won't right now, but...
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
He's putting all his eggs in that one basket. That thing does kill very fast. Ooh. Boulder Fist Ogre would be nice, but on balance, I want to draw a card. This guy's so good. Violet Teacher is not necessarily the card I wanted to draw. No. I should probably race him. I don't think there are any cards that would double his damage that a Warlock has. It is very tempting to take her out with my Argent Commander, though. Or actually take her out with my Yeti, more like, because the Yeti can survive if he wanted to suicide his Blood Imp. Then I would only be hitting him for 4. I'm going to draw a card. Be helpful next turn, because I can play both of these. So yeah, I mean, it takes too much damage to take out his Molten Giant. I'm just going to let him have that. I'm going to race him somehow. Am I better off racing him with or without that? I'm going to take 12, 13. I'm just going to race him. We'll see what happens. I'm not too worried about exposing my Blood Imp at this point. Unless he has something that can literally double this guy's attack, he's going to have a very hard time killing me in one turn, and he really needs taunt to not die next turn.
So many possibilities.
Now, he can thin out my army quite a bit.
Pass me that Arclight Spanner!
Arclight Spanner, huh? So that draws him a card without paying 2 life. That's another thing about getting him down, is that, like, that 2 life is looking really fatal right now. I'm fine with that. Yep. I'm okay, buddy. You do what you need to do. If I can get anything that can do 1 damage right away, I can kill him. So, here's the problem. If I draw a card, I can't play the Fen Creeper and the Violet Teacher. Nor would I be able to play the Fen Creeper and the Demolisher. I do want the Fen Creeper out there. I haven't seen much direct damage this game. There's a reasonable chance I could draw something that would kill him. I'm going to take that chance. Nope. Okay. So, next, I'm just going to hit him and drop my Fen Creeper. That protects me from the Molten Giant, or at least he would have to waste the rest of his army or something.
The might of Stormwind.
And he still has to kind of kill all my creatures to stop me from killing him. Although it did get a lot easier than I planned. Something that does 1 damage would be good. That would be good. Warlock power. Alright. I was starting to get worried at the end there, but I was so far ahead in life, it would have been pretty hard for him to come back. 4-0. So I've got at least 3 games left. It's looking pretty good, but the opponents are going to start getting much harder. I mean, whoever else has gone 4-0, they probably have a better deck than I do. I don't have any epics, and this is when I start to worry about running into people that just got lucky and drafted multiple epics and other BS like that. Okay, who we got? Finding opponent. Oh, I almost got to play the Penniless Paladin.
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
I have to go first, unfortunately. I do have an okay hand for it. I'm going to stick with this. Even though, I don't want to have to Soulfire. No, I'm going to get rid of the Soulfire and hope I get something that doesn't cost me such horrible card advantage early on. I might regret that, though. She does have a coin. Oh, good. Okay, I'm less likely to regret that now because I do have some kind of removal. Let's see what you got, Jaina. Okay, well, we know what I've got. I've got a Knife Juggler. He's against a mage. He's not going to last as long. I mean, she can kill him in 2 turns regardless, but she'd have to do stuff. Mad Bomber. Well, she got pretty lucky with the Mad Bomber, but not lucky enough, because at least the Knife Juggler is still alive temporarily. Okay, for 3, I could play a pretty good creature. I got my Tauren Warrior, who is pretty good, but would just die to the Mad Bomber. I've got the Harvest Golem, which would definitely not die to it, but she can just ping him. I could also Demon Fire the Mad Bomber and play the Blood Imp, which would put the Knife Juggler out of ping range, and I can still play all this stuff later.
So many possibilities.
I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and press the early advantage, even though it's probably a bad idea. If I didn't have the Blood Imp, I almost certainly would have just traded the Knife Juggler for him, because, yeah, he would just get pinged, and although forcing her to spend 2 mana to take him out would be good,
Give me a quest.
I'd still rather take out the creature. Yeah. Oh, okay. When he can't play any cards immediately, that's not quite as impressive. 4 mana. Unfortunately, there's no way I can do 2 things, which is kind of sad. But if I play the Raid Leader, then I can actually kill him with the Blood Imp, even if the Knife Juggler misses. And the Knife Juggler will do another damage. You know, as far as rushing people down goes, this is not bad. That's kind of annoying. I would have rather hit her because I'm going to trade the Blood Imp for him anyway. But actually, do I want to trade the Blood Imp for him? How big can he get? I might risk letting him grow. I mean, she didn't have any 0-cost cards. She could play 2 things next turn and he'd be a 4/3. He'd still be relatively vulnerable. And meanwhile, I can hit her for 6. I'm going to risk the beatdown approach, because I got a pretty decent rush going on. Next turn I can play a 3-cost creature and draw a card. Oh, I forgot about the coin. That's pretty obnoxious. On the other hand, she didn't kill my good creatures. Oh. Neat. So I can play her, and I can actually give taunt to my Harvest Golem. Now, I could give taunt to 2 creatures if I wanted to, or I could play her on the outside and make sure that only the Harvest Golem gains taunt.
So many possibilities.
Which I might regret later, but for now seems kind of like a good thing. I am probably going to lose my Knife Juggler attacking, though. Not much I can do about that. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm only going to give taunt to the Harvest Golem. See what Knife Juggler hits. Hit him, hit him. Yeah. Hit him, hit him. Okay, having both of them hit the Fen Creeper is actually okay. Yeah, because now, as much as I hate to lose the Master Knife Juggler, and I'll probably lose now, because I'm sure my victories are all dependent on him, I gotta kill the Fen Creeper. And that was relatively efficient. I think because I have a taunt guy, even though she's a mage and might blow him up, I'm gonna risk attacking her and not killing him. Not killing the questing adventurer. How many more cheap cards can she have? We're gonna find out.
What you want?
If she keeps playing taunt guys, that's kind of annoying. That's super annoying, actually. Damn it. Kill the raid leader? Yeah. So, I don't know. It may have been a mistake to leave him alive this long, but I don't know. Ugh. Okay, that's not what I wanted him to do. So I could do Chillwind Yeti and draw a card. Do Tauren Warrior and draw a card. Tauren Warrior has taunt. That would be good as long as I'm killing that off. I'm going to lose most of my army, but I think that's what's going to happen. Because I can still draw a card. And taunt is good.
I got this.
I maybe should have drawn a card first, but I don't know what I would draw that would actually change any of that. That's fine. Well, my life advantage disappeared pretty quickly, and she still has more cards. So that's how it goes. I'll get some life back from the Priestess of Elune, but she's not so great. I'd rather be casting other things if possible. Taunt and Divine Shield is kind of annoying, and I don't have any way to pop it. Yeah, that is not ideal. Well, I'm going to draw a card, and if I don't get something better, I'll play a Chillwind Yeti. Direwolf Alpha. That doesn't help me pop his bubble. It would make this guy... Nah, it doesn't matter, because he's just going to kill him. Yeah, I'll just play a Chillwind Yeti. And not attack. It's not attacking a mistake. Probably. But I'm not going to attack. I lose so much army for no gain. Stupid bubble.
Pass me that Arclight's banner.
I don't like her drawing cards. That's supposed to be my exclusive purview. Mana Worm can be dangerous. When she casts a spell, he gains +1 permanently. He's still a 1-drop, like he's only so big. Okay. So my Yeti can take out the Sunwalker and live. That's pretty good. And I can play a 6 and a 2.
So many possibilities.
Probably the thing to do. I don't need the life now. I'm going to hold that for a surprise, because I get more board advantage from playing something else. Probably the Boulder Fist. Boulder Fist is pretty Boulder Fisty. So yeah.
So many
Direwolf Alpha. Kill that guy.
Hit it very hard.
Do some damage. And then Boulder Fist.
What you looking at?
Job's done.
Guess that's a turn. I have a lot of, like, fat creatures to put out, but I can't put out 2 per turn until turn 10. Hopefully I draw something that'll work out with one of them. Ah, it's gonna. She can draw a bunch of cards from that. Well, okay, I might still have a chance to kill him first, but she did wipe out my whole army and not lose anything. And she thought that was a mistake. Interesting. Oh. So I can play one of my 6-cost guys and a flesh-eating ghoul. It's going to leave my Boulder Fist vulnerable, but I want to kill the Cult Master because I don't want her drawing a million cards.
I wonder.
And it will make my flesh-eating ghoul bigger. I don't want to draw a card right now. I think I've got good cards for this.
Ready for this?
To do that, he's going to take 4. She would be able to use her army, such as it is, to kill him pretty easily, but I'm going to do it anyway because I just don't want her drawing all those cards. That was probably a mistake. Probably not a good idea. I 6 damage to her, she would have been really in danger. Ow. That was bad. But I can replace my entire army next turn. Ooh. I can make the priestess better, although she's still kind of fragile. Yeah, I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna play him afterwards when one of these guys can attack.
I am the blade of the gods.
Heal. My opponent does still have a lot of cards in her hand. She also has max mana now. I don't know what's going to happen. This could go either way. Mages are dangerous. Dangerous.
I wonder.
I am presenting her with a lot of stuff. Fireball. She's fireballing my minions and not me. That's a plus. It is making her mana worm bigger, though. She casts one more spell and it can kill my priestess. Oh, it can kill my priestess anyway because she can ping. Right. Stupid Molten Golem is going to be a problem. We have Violet Teacher. I can draw a card and still cast both of these, so I guess that's the thing to do. I can play both of these and still Soulfire. Okay.
Pay attention, class.
Well, I guess I'll fatten her up, and
Well played.
since it doesn't cost me a card, I'm gonna Soulfire this guy. Is she saying well played because she thinks she's won? I'm concerned about that. If I Soulfire him, though, then he would have to trade with either of my guys. I'm gonna do it now while it's not costing me cards. Probably stupid, but it does give me a 1/1 token, which is the reason I'm not trying to save it for either a finishing blow or whatever. Because it might mess around with the order that I do things next turn. So that hurts. Oh, does she just have the Pyroblast? Aw, oh, damn it. Oh, I wasn't thinking of that. There's not much I could do anyway. Dang it. Molten Golem's very strong. No. Well, I was close, but nope. Got my first loss. Got Soulfires for my constructed deck. Okay. So I'm 4-1 now, and we'll see how much farther, if I can get any farther, next game. If you enjoyed this, please click the like button, or on your touchscreen, please lick the like button. Warning, licking the touchscreen is not recommended.